Did you know that by getting a student loan, you're volunteering to be a human guinea pig in the student debt experiment?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, 3/4 of maritime graduates have an average of $37,000 in debt after their first degree. That's more debt than any generation in Canadian history.
You mean it hasn't always been this way?
Exactly. And we have no idea how it will impact us in the long run. But the initial results are alarming, to say the least.
But getting a student loan means I get to go to school and eventually get a good job. That can't be bad, right?
You're missing the point. For all the benefits, there are also many dangers.
Hi there. Would you like a student loan?
Quick! We need to go back in time so I can show you what it used to be like.
But what about my student loan?
Student loan? Where we're going, we don't need student loans.
Welcome to the Student Debt Experiment,
Brought to you by the Alliance of Nova Scotia Student Associations.
also known as ANSA.
Where are we?
You mean, when are we? And the answer is 1964.
What happens in 1964?
Well, many things. A new Canadian flag is created, the Toronto Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup, and most importantly, the Canada Student Loan Program will soon be launched, officially kicking off the student debt experiment.
How much does university cost in 1964?
Tuition fees will be less than $1,000 until the 1980s.
That's when my parents go to school, in the 1980s. That's where they meet and fall in love, and my mom gets preggers. With me.
You're incredibly lucky, my young friend. During the late 1980s, tuition fees begin to rise quickly. If your parents wait much longer, they might not be able to afford university, which means they might never meet, and you might never be born at all.
Why does school get so expensive in the late 80s?
The federal government started to reduce the amount of money they gave to provinces to run universities. The provinces passed their cuts along to universities who didn't cut anything at all, but took more money from students to make up the difference.
So students had to take on more debt in the 90s?
Yes, student debt for the average graduate doubles between 1982 and 1995, and in the next 15 years, it doubles again for maritime students. The federal government effectively turns national debt into student debt.
What the
Your parents' generation has left you drowning in an ocean of debt after getting an affordable education and pulling the ladder up behind them.
But what about those high-paying jobs I keep hearing about? Won't that make everything better?
For many people, yes, but not for all. I went to university to learn how to make my community better. The job I want, like many jobs that require a university degree, are not high-paying. At this rate, it's going to take me 14 years to pay off my student debt. Because of the interest from my debt, I'll end up paying more for my education in the long run. I can't afford to start a family or buy a home because I'm paying more in student loan payments than in rent. I don't have a pension, and I haven't saved any money for retirement yet.
Dude, that totally sucks. What would you do if you didn't have all this debt?
I'd be living my dreams. When I graduated, I was ready to change the world. But 6 months later, student loans came a-calling, asking for their money back. So I had to take a job I didn't really want, in a place I didn't really want to go, to pay back the money I never really owned. Student debt clips your wings just when you're ready to fly. If I didn't have debt, I could spend time working jobs that are meaningful to me and my community. If more graduates had less debt, we'd be more innovative, creative, and ready to take risks on a new business or idea.
It sounds like if more people had less debt, it could really stimulate our economy. It could make things better for graduates and communities.
Now you're catching on. If only our government realized this, we'd be spending more money on grants and less money chasing people down to repay their student loans.
I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. Well, I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. Said I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. And if I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me? Bad times
Problem, I never get back to the future. How am I going to go to university?
I'm sorry.